Hi, so in this video we're gonna just carry on with the question paper. So question 4, a cuboid measures 5 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and we're asked to calculate the volume. So the volume being the 3D version of area being the space it occupies. So we're looking for the space that this cuboid takes up in cubes. As you can see here, the unit being in centimeters cubed. So volume, notoriously for a cuboid, is given by length times width times height. You are given the length and the width and the height, so the volume is equal to 5 times 3 times 2 in any order, which is 30. So this cuboid is made up of 30 cubes that are centimeter by a centimeter by a centimeter each. Total surface area is a bit more difficult. So surface area, notably measured in centimeters squared here. So it wants the area of all the sides of the cuboid added up effectively. So the total surface area. So as with all things which are computationally intensive, it's always good to draw a nice diagram. It helps to visualize things a bit more. So this cuboid has 6 faces, and we find the area of all 6 and we add them up. Luckily, because it's a cuboid, we can see that these actually are in 3 pairs. So this front face and this back face here will both have the same area. This side panel here will also have the same area as this other side panel, and the floor and the ceiling will also have the same area. So we only have to find 3 areas really, double them, and then add them all together. So I'll label this one 3, this one 2, and the length is 5. So yeah, we'll make that 5. All right, so let's do these 2 front faces first. So this front face is 3 by 2, so that is 6, and the one at the back would also mirror it, so this is also 6. Let's now do this front panel and the back panel. So this one here, this length would be 5, and this height here is 2. So this would be 5 by 2 being 10, and then the one at the back would also be the same. So this is also 10. And then let's do the ceiling and the floor. So the ceiling is, so let's do the floor. So this is 5. The floor would be 5 by 3, so it would be 15. And the ceiling would also be the same, 5 by 3, which is 15. So in total it is 6 plus 6 plus 10 plus 10 plus 15 plus 15. So that is equal to 12 plus 20 plus 30. So that is equal to 62 centimeters squared, I believe. So 12 plus 20 plus 30, yeah, 62 centimeters squared. This next question looks deceiving. It looks like it's quite difficult for 3 marks. It's really not. You just have to read the question well, and which is something a lot of people struggle with. So a number n is added to the root of 81. So the root of 81, and n is added to it, and it's equal to 7 squared. So the square root of 81 is 9. So square root something, what number do you times by itself to get that number? So 9 times 9 gives you 81, so that is 9. And then, so it's 9 plus n equals 7 squared. 7 squared means 7 times 7, so that is 49. So 9 plus n is 49. So very clearly here n is 40, but let's do it formally. So minusing 9 on both sides, these cancel. N is equal to 40. I think for 3 marks, that is quite nice. Okay, let's move on to the OCW question. So OCW meaning organization, communication, writing. So you are expected to kind of explain yourself a little bit more here. Right, so in this question, so some of these some letters are made using only straight lines, i.e. T. Some letters are made only using straight lines and curved lines, i.e. P. Some letters are made using only curved lines, like S. So 6 cards spell out the name Bangor. In a game, the 6 cards are placed in a bag. One is chosen at random. The letter on the card is noted and the card is returned to the bag. If the letter on it is made using only straight lines, the player gains 10 points. A card with any other type of letter gains no points. Leah plays a game 24 times. Do you expect Leah to score a total of 100 points? You must show all your working. So interestingly, it's important to note here that this concludes, do you expect Leah to score a total of 100 points? So a lot of people would conclude the calculation here and just leave it at that, but you are expected to comment either yes or no. Right, so all of these questions are always the same. You need to find a probability that you will get the win condition, and then it's a fraction of an amount for the number of times it's played. So if you ever get that a game is played so many times, it's fraction of an amount almost every single time. So let's go through this then. So there are 6 cards in total, so probability of win, and you need to articulate this because it's an OCW question. So probability of a win. So it's out of 6 because there are 6 cards. And a win is any with a straight line. So that would be A and N. So it's 2 out of 6. The probability of a win is 2 out of 6, which is 1/3. Okay, so the game is played 24 times. So it is 1/3 of 24. Point being that the probability of a win is 1/3. So you win 1/3 of the time. So we're looking for 1/3. If we play it 24 times, we've won 1/3 of the time. So 1/3 of 24. So 24 divided by 3 is 8 times by 1 is still 8. So it's 8 wins. So if there's 8 wins, you get 10 points for each win. So it would be 8 times 10 equals 80 points total. And then final mark is for concluding. So no 100 points is not reached. It would also be beneficial here to point out in writing that A and N are wins, because they are the ones with straight lines only.